The ITV drama Mr. Bates versus the Post Office has made the Horizon Post Office scandal headline news 25 years after the first IT errors that led 700 sub-postmasters to be accused of fraud. Some went to jail, some committed suicide. Ed Davey was the Minister for Postal Affairs, so this was very much in his bailiwick. He is now, of course, Lib Dem leader. And because people would like a scapegoat that isn't the system, at the moment he's the lightning rod. How bad is that for him?
It's pretty bad, I think, in a couple of ways. I mean, the main one being that, even though he was leader of the Lib Dems and we're going into an election year, probably most people have never heard of him. To be leader of the Liberal Democrats, the main challenge is generally getting noticed at all.
Job done.
Yeah, exactly. And ideally, you would therefore, when you do get noticed, it is in your capacity as someone who's a sort of insurgent challenger, neither Labour nor Tories, repository for protest votes, all that sort of thing. So to get your first big cut through of name recognition as, oh, remember that time when the Lib Dems went into coalition and were completely spineless and basically went along with lots of awful things and no one really knew what they stood for. Yeah, them. Well, they're back and he's the guy who's now leading them. That is not a good look. I think if I were being generous to Ed Davey, I would say, actually he's guilty, it seems, predominantly of the same thing that almost everyone was guilty of at the time, which was simply thinking there's some kind of aura of respectability around the Post Office brand. That means kind of surely they aren't being quite as appallingly wicked and nasty and venal and corrupt and devious as it turns out they were being. Also, I think, there is an extent to which ultimately his defense is that his advisors in the civil service were saying, look, we've looked at this, there's nothing there. It's not a great defense that as a minister you go, oh, we'll go on then. But, ministers are busy, they do that sort of thing all the time. Ought he to have said, actually, no, I really want to know what's going on here and I'm going to take a stand? Yes, obviously, of course he should have done. He sort of said he should have done. That he didn't, in the order of spinelessness and weakness and regrettable things to do. Where is it? It's pretty bad. I don't know how sticky that will be on him.
Another great week for the honours system, of course.
Yeah.
Because the head of the post office was ennobled, was she?
She got her CBE in 2019, which is baffling to me because having watched the drama, the thing that stands out is just how long it went on for, and people raised the alarm in 2002, 2003. The Post Office did its own inquiry. She was questioned about it before MPs, select committees, the inquiry found them. All of these things happened, and then in the midst of all these things happening, she then got a CBE anyway. And that's the bit that I'm just like, hang on, did those two departments not talk to each other? To which the answer is probably no, they didn't.
Do they not Google beforehand?
No, apparently not.
It is fascinating how one of the reasons this has taken so long to really cut through politically is that there's so much blame to go around and it doesn't really fall on a convenient left-right political axis. I mean, the Postmasters Union absolutely disgraced themselves by essentially defending the post office because they were terrified of losing some of the accounts that Horizon, the software was involved in delivering for the post office. The whole thing there's so much complicity and complacency by so many people at every level of British public sector, private sector politics that actually no one really had sufficient consistent incentive to turn it into a massive political fight.
It's a giant herd of scapegoats.
Pretty much.